Welcome back to another episode of Jacksonville Buzz's Biz Buzz. I'm Steve Strum with the immortal Chris Budihas.
Immortal.
Colonel Chris
That's
Budihas.
a lot.
That is, but you are ever youthful except for
Well,
your
thank
shrinking.
you, sir. Yeah, in my receding hairline. But thank you. I appreciate that.
We don't need it. The camera will add it all back. You're fine.
Okay.
Interesting people we have today. We have Peyton and Baileigh from Whole Health Bodywork. And unrelated to these people, which we're going to talk about their business, you and I were having a conversation this morning about the impact of 35 years of wearing body armor and heavy gear in the military and what it's done to your body and what these fine people can do to help.
Yeah, absolutely.
So what happens when you have to roll around with
Well, I won't say it was all 35 years, but a good portion, 5 years of deployment. So, you're wearing that equipment with the body armor, you're talking 6 to 7 pound plates on the front, on the one on the front, one on the back, and then the body armor itself, magazines, all that stuff. We're talking like, 35 to 40 pounds of weight compressed on your shoulders, your neck, and your back, and definitely has long-term effects on folks.
Yeah, you were like 7 feet tall.
I was 7'1". Thanks, Steve.
And now you're 5'7".
Yeah, I am.
But
absolutely.
No, you went from 6'2"-ish, literally, to 6'1"-ish. So you lost an inch, and obviously other health effects of doing that.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you guys were like, oh, this is exactly what we do. But what your firm does is different. So tell us a little bit about your firm, why you're different, what you would do to help a gentleman like Chris, and or obviously in the private sector. Walk us through who you guys are.
Yeah, so we're Whole Health Bodywork. We're from St. Augustine, Florida, right in the World Golf Village area. And so the focus that we do, a lot of people think of massage therapy and it's more foo-foo relaxation, right? So we're all on the clinical side. So the clinical massage therapy side is, addressing specific injuries or chronic pain and, bringing more life to the tissue and more mobility and flexibility and balancing you out so you can live pain-free on a daily basis. So for his case, he's been wearing, the military's been wearing a vest, a 35-pound vest for years and years and years. And over time, that's going to bring a lot of forward head posture. His whole anterior side of his body is going to start slowly collapsing. And then when he gets out, you deal with all these injuries. So I would treat everything on the anterior side of his body, really focus on opening up abdominals, chest, focus on forward head posture, really opening up, front part of your body.
And it's not just obvious military. So I, day in, day out basis, I probably spend 8-10 hours in front of some sort of a computer. Same problem, different type of issue that's caused it, but for people that are dealing with that. So where does that make you guys different than whether somebody, this is what they think about when it comes to massage or whatever that is? Procedural wise, where is it that you guys are like, we are different because of this? Like, what is that thing that Chris would experience different if they walked into your office versus the other offices that just do something different?
We do a full assessment. We do a full postural distortion assessment. So there's a big chart that we have in our office, a big 7-foot chart that we put you in front of. We take a picture of your front, both sides, and your back. And I think that visual, people seeing it for real, okay, so this is where I'm at. And then we identify them with the client. We sit down with them, have a 15-minute conversation to tell them what we're going to treat. And then afterwards, over time, whether that's a month treatment that we want to do, a couple weeks, a week, some people are right away and they're really quick. And then it's about maintaining it. And others, it takes a little bit of time. It's all on the tissue, if it's tight, and how bad's the imbalancement. But what makes us different than anybody else is the assessment that we do on you.
How do you feel about the fact that you're slowly collapsing?
Well, it's good to know we got people that can fix that, right?
I know.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, I've never, of all the things that people have said about you over the time we've spent on film, I don't think slowly collapsing has ever come up, but it's probably a very real scare.
No, well,
and also a pathway makes you feel better.
Well, absolutely. Well, it's funny. I'm glad they're here because, we talk about the body as a system. So basically, you're getting the body recalibrated and function the way it's supposed to be. The good news is there's people that can kind of do that for you. So how did you guys get into this?
Yeah, so we got into it and we met in school.
Yeah.
So a couple years ago we met in school, and then once we got out we started working, and I think when you start to kind of identify some flaws in businesses that you work for, and it's just like you're so passionate about it that you just want it done your way and the right way, right?
Right.
And you want to show people what clinical massage therapy is.
Yeah.
Right, it gets so underlooked, and then from there we were like, let's start it.
Yeah.
Right, it was never going to be the right time, never going to be, it never is. So we're like, why not put our foot down and just go for it, learn and figure out and connect along the way.
Right. And Baileigh, what's some of the biggest challenges you've seen as a small business owner just starting up?
Yeah, just starting up. I mean, definitely the competition that's out there,
Yeah.
and being a new business and people not knowing who we are or what we do. And especially because a lot of people don't know that there's a clinical side to massage therapy.
Right.
So kind of just getting that awareness out there and letting everybody know what we're about has probably been the toughest thing, but it's it's slowly coming along. You know, the more people we treat and have in our doors and that walk out feeling amazing, they're obviously going to go tell their mama, their neighbors. So that's
my wife has a saying: if you get good service, you know, you're going to tell 10 to 20 people. If you get bad service, you're going to tell 50 to 100 people. So, so definitely getting those champions with that testimony out there. That word of mouth, you get to bring other folks in. Yeah.
Well, and you know, the premise of why we do this show is to really shine that big bright light on that small business entrepreneur, and we're glad to have you on. It's really cool to have you guys today and to kind of see how your star shines bright as you're, you know, showing what the difference can be for whether it isn't for the, you know, military fellows or, you know, people in the private sector. So,
thank y'all so much for having us.
Thank you guys so much.
You're welcome.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, Chris, good to see you as always.
Good to see you.
You know, you almost forgot what you look like.
Oh my God.
I know.
Maybe next time.
And next time you're going to be taller.
I will be.
Because of these guys.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and longer hair.
Well, you know, that's another segment.
Okay.
Guys, thanks so much for joining us today on the Jacksonville Buzz. Check these guys out on our website at our dailynewsnetwork.com. If you like us, share us. And remember, live with gratitude.